In Numbers 14:24, it says, "But because my servant Caleb has a different spirit and follows me wholeheartedly, I will bring him into the land he went to, and his descendants will inherit it." So do you know what wholeheartedly means? Wholeheartedly means remaining loyal to, or complete fidelity. That's what wholeheartedly means. Caleb and Joshua are 40 years young, and they're standing there with all of Israel at the door of the promised land. They just come from Egypt. They had traveled through the desert. They'd seen the mighty works of Elohim on their behalf. Yahweh was setting them apart to be his. They get to the promised land. This is what has been promised the whole time, ever since Abraham, ever since Genesis 12. They're standing there, and I'm sure their hearts just dropped when the announcement was made that no one's going into the promised land. I mean, here's two men and their families who probably held to they were so loyal to Yehovah, were probably so anxious to have this over with and so excited to get into the promised land. And then their brothers and sisters in Israel stopped that from happening because they had fear. They feared the giants in the land. They didn't have faith. And so Caleb and Joshua tried to change the hearts of the crowd, and they weren't able to. So Yahweh sent them into the wilderness for 40 more years. But Caleb and Joshua are the only ones who survived that 40 years in the wilderness. And then at 80 years old, 80 plus years old, they show up again at the door of the promised land to go in. And so here is Joshua saying, "I was 40 years old, and Moses, the servant of Yahweh, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land as a spy." Remember? "And I brought him back a report according to my convictions. But my brothers who went up with me made the hearts of the people melt with fear." Did you hear that? And my brothers who went up with me, the other spies who went up with him, made the hearts of the people melt with fear. It's unbelievable how one or two people can cause a movement, right? You can either cause a movement towards being trusting Papa, or you can cause a movement on the opposite side where you cause a movement of fear. I have to say, I will not propagate fear in any of my videos. When I go online, when I am speaking the truth, when I am like teaching and stuff, I will not propagate fear. When I give a host a feast for Papa, I do not take Sukkot and turn it into a prepping, event. I can't tell you how many Sukkots are turning into prepping events. Let's go camping so that we can, have experience with like survival. Yeah. I just think it is so wrong. I will not do it. I will not propagate fear. I want to be a Joshua and a Caleb. I want to help people have deeper convictions and stand firm and speak the truth loud. The louder they get, the louder we should get. The more they try to take Yeshua down and say bad things about our Elohim and the creator of the universe, the louder I want to get. So I'm hoping that fire that's in me burns in people who watch what I do. I will not try to spread fear among Israel. And there are a lot of teachers who do. And they are going to have to answer to Yahweh. "But my brothers who went up with me made the hearts of the people melt with fear. I, however, followed Yehovah, my Elohim, wholeheartedly." So he had complete fidelity with Yehovah Elohim. "I am still as strong today as the day Moses sent me out. I am just as vigorous to go out into battle now as I was then. Now give me this hill country that Yahweh promised me that day." How cool is that? That takes no fear. That takes a deep understanding in his heart, doesn't it?